Welcome everyone. Had some requests from members saying that they would wanted some guidance in terms of making a pitch deck presentation. I also truly believe that all of you at some point in time you may have to come in that level where people might approach you for investments, or you might have to give a very good business presentation wherein you are attracting global investors as well. So when that time comes, I truly believe this video would be super effective and efficient for you to be able to get that done as well, right? So let's go and look into this sample pitch deck presentation. So the first slide, as usual, you start with on a good positive note, and please just say that it's always good to add a little bit of a scarcity, or just bring a little bit of professionalism to your pitch by saying, what, we love to partner with investors who are having a vision to make an impact in the society, who wants to look at investment beyond money, investors with a purpose and all that. It adds a lot of value, it makes a lot of sense as well. So you just mention what type of investors are you looking to work with, so that you feel like, as an investor, when somebody is sitting there, that particular person feels like, right, I'm listening, got my ears, right? So you got to have that pitch as a beginning, and the next one can be about the company. Add a business profile, the year that your company has been founded, how come you came across that particular brand name, what does it mean, and why you're using all these colors. Is there a significant reason why you're using all these colors for your brand and all that stuff? And most importantly, what is your vision? And in this entire slide, all that you have to communicate is two things. Number one is passion, and number two is purpose. That particular investor should get a feel and should actually understand that you're not doing this. See, money is a byproduct. Yes, we all are really not after money, but money is needed. But it's a byproduct. It's a byproduct of providing a quality service, really giving your best to the customer, and all of that. So you need to look at that passion is what the investors are actually looking at. A lot of investors these days, they complain, no, we don't find a good pitch, we don't find people who are passionately doing what they're doing. That's what is important. During tough times, passion will stand. When things are not working the way it is supposed to work, when the market is changing, when you're really under pressure, passion speaks. Sometimes you will have to go that extra mile in order to give that kind of a result for the company. So you got to feel that you're not really doing it for money. You just love what you're doing, and you're doing what you love. So that passion needs to get communicated, and the purpose. Why are you doing this? What is the reason behind scaling up this particular business or product or service? You've seen some of your customers super happy by testing your product or using your services, and you want to really spread that happiness across to different countries, because you understand that you're capable of solving that, and your customers also referring you, and you've got some social proof, all of that. So clear passion and purpose need to be communicated, and here is where the game changes. This slide is a make or break slide, because it's kind of, will it work or not, have you done your homework or not, that all that will get, the ice is cleared in this particular slide, where we're talking about problem and solution. What is the problem? The problem definition, as in, what are you trying to solve? You're trying to solve time management issue, or money management issue, or recruitment issues, or legal complications. What exactly you're trying to solve? Maybe not able to find the right component, customer wants to come up with a cost effective product or service. What are your customer pain points, and have you done enough homework of that, and do you have enough documents and proof saying that these are the recorded problems of the customers? And also, always try to use numbers. How many number of people go through these problems? How many number of play right now? Maybe there could be a good product, and two three companies could be super good, but it is exactly not the what the customer wants, because there are very limited options. Customers are going with that, and it's not exactly like a monopoly, but less number of players in the market. So when you come into the game, what's going to be changed, right? So most of the on founders who started different companies, they've always been a customer who has gone through a pain. So it's not mandatory that you need to go through that particular pain, but do you resonate with it? That's what matters. A heart, a burning sense of passion. You have a heart to solve that problem. That's what matters. So what are the pain point, industry pain point, and what is your solution? How do you differ from others? Do they really need another player in the market? If yes, what is your uniqueness? What is a unique selling proposition? What is the market size? And right, also try to pitch your solution, and use social proof. Like, how many people, maybe you got some existing customers who has already tried the new product even before launch. Some people have had hands-on experience of this particular product or service. What was their feedback? Did they all just give the positive feedback because they like you and they know you, or do you have some social proof from people who don't know you? Some honest, genuine reviews do you have? Like, that would speak volumes. So what about the social proof? That would add a lot of value. So far the investor is thinking, will it work, will it not work? Right now, once this slide is over, the investor has to think, right now, tell me how much I need to pay. Right now, tell me your valuation, tell me your game plan, what next? I understand, I genuinely agree there is a problem and someone needs a solution, and your solution is spot on, bingo. And sometimes people may even feel, okay, give me that solution, I feel like buying it. Right, I am going through this pain, I've been there before, I've experienced what you're trying to tell me, I got it. Right, tell me what's your best offer. So that should be the level of mindset of an investor when they're looking at this particular slide. Now the next one, how do we do it? Right, so I've tried to incorporate business model canvas elements into this. So one is key partners and activities. Who are your key partners? Are you going to be solely solving this problem, or are you going to be having some partners, suppliers, vendors? What are the other parameters that comes into play? Maybe, is there a threat if the government situation, the government policies change? Right, maybe are you going to be importing a lot of things, and do you have control over homegrown products, or the raw material? uh, what are the things that are volatile in this particular entire supply chain? What is the supply, how does it look like? So how are you going to ensure quality? Maybe some certain things you're not manufacturing, or maybe outsourcing, and how will you ensure quality? Do you even have SOPs? If you even got SOPs of how you want your vendors to work, I'm telling you, you got the game. And all of that will definitely speak a lot, because it's like everything is ready except the investor, and investor would want to exactly come and fit in like a Lego building block. But some investors, they feel, okay, I'm going to be the first block, then on me all the other blocks are going to be built. That's the kind of mindset usually investors would have. And if investor says, accept me, everything is ready and you've got it right, you sorted it out, and then they'll be like, hey, don't miss me, I want to be part of this particular company. Make them come back and tell you, if you start any other concern, please let me, I'd love to come and invest, I'd like to be a VC for your company, or like to be an angel investor for your company. So that's the kind of feedback we need to leave people with. In-house versus outsourced tasks. What are the in-house tasks? What are the outsourced tasks? What are the things that you're going to be doing it yourself? What will you outsource? Is it costly? And if it's costly, how would that still not affect the profitability as well? And the next, talent management. Yes, you have just the product and vendors alone will not bring success, right? There's talent management. Sometimes, usually, when people go to investor, they say, if I have more money, I can grow. If I have, and I can grow. Yeah. So why would you need more money? I need more money because I need more raw material. I need more stock. I need more money because I need to increase my manpower. I need more money because I need to increase my market presence. Now, after doing all of that, if you don't grow, what to do? Right. So that's going to be the investor's mindset, right? If you got more money, you'll hire. And what if all your hires fail? Then how good are you going to be? How can you ensure you're going to be hiring the right guy? Right, so how are you hiring people, how are you training people? Talk about e-commerce, I mean, talk about your e-courses. How will leverage on YouTube and online course platforms to even train your team, retain and retrain them as well. And if you have KPIs, even present that. Right, we teach you in GFI about KPI gamification. Tell them you're going to be gamifying the entire thing. This is the dashboard. Even if you can tell the investor, once we roll out, this is the exclusive dashboard that we will be monitoring, and we will give you an exclusive access to this particular dashboard, the investor would be like really blown away. They'll be like, man, in fact, I think it's a best practice. Hereafter, for all the companies I'm investing, I'm going to be using this particular dashboard for them. I'm going to ask them to use the dashboard. So they don't have to really teach you and train you many things. It's like you're already ready and talking their language. That's what matters. And third part is value proposition. how will you add value to the customers? Why the customer should come to you? The lots of choices and options in the market, and why the customer would want to come to you. What are the customer succession funnel? How will you acquire more customers? How do you build more customers? And once you get customers, how will you resell to that particular customer? How will you retain them? How will you generate referrals from them? How do you win the market continuously? What is your lifetime value, and how are you going to measure it? Do you have a tool, a software system, or how are you going to be measuring it? Have you achieved that kind of a LTV before? And if you said already some of the customers already tried your product, how many of them have come back to you? What is your NPS? NPS means Net Promoter Score. That's why companies ask the customer with a single feedback, saying that that NPS is very important. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend us this product or service to another friend? If customers say 5, that is NPS is 5. And if you got NPS anywhere between 7, 8, 9, good. Okay, in fact that's a key criteria as well. Okay, investor would be looking for that. And what are the product spread? If the customer comes in, what are the depth of products they're going to be having, and how many different services you have? How will you cross sell? How will you upsell? What are the other options the customer have? Also matters over here. And then key performance. For the business, there are key performance in any different meet. The investor will only talk about this revenue, customer, products, because in all means the investor always thinks, right? If you need more money because you want to expand, you want to sell more. You to sell more, you need to stock up more, right? Number two is you need more money because you need customers. Eventually, to bring customers, you have to spend money, and you need more money because you have to make quality products. So that you need money. The three things is what the investor would always be looking at in every quarter, every meeting, every monthly, weekly, all the alignment meetings. These are the three things. It's always good to talk about these things, and a roadmap of that as well. Revenue. What is the market size? What is the expected growth revenue? And for 5 years, give a 5 year roadmap. If required, give a breakthrough roadmap, like an aggressive roadmap, and a sure shot growth roadmap. So it's always good to give that two. Otherwise, just stick to one. Like what is the expected trajectory growth? How does the graph look like? And again, don't overshoot these numbers, because later on it'll have challenges for you as well, right? So do a good study and then present these numbers. Second is customers. How will you increase the customer base? What is the total population? You can even use a tool like Facebook ads or YouTube ads and try to create an ad for that particular market and with the age group and all, and you will try to get an idea how many millions of people are available in that particular geographical location who are fitting into your audience criteria. You can even add that slide, say, this is my target market and this is my customer analysis. And I'm conveniently looking at getting penetrating to the market 2% every year, maybe every 6 months. You have a really realistic, achievable goal, and who are your target customers. And then the product or units, how many products you're going to be selling in, how many units you're going to be selling. Because sometimes revenue alone doesn't matter, because the investor would want to look at both. Okay, sometimes you're not able to achieve more sales, then you suddenly think, okay, my average ticket price is just $50. I'm going to be increasing my average ticket price to maybe $75. I will hit the revenue, I will satisfy the investor. No, that will not happen. A good investor will also look at number of bills, number of units, okay, number of measures. You sold 50 products, and why you've not sold 55 products if you're looking at 10% cumulative growth, and why that has happened. So product wise, unit wise, there's got to be a growth, product spread, capacity, extended supply, all of that matters. So this will be a key metrics. And also, I would recommend having a good profile video, because this is already a pitch deck. Inside the pitch deck, you come and say about the company, detailed presentation about the company. It will become a business profile presentation. Nobody wants to read a business profile presentation. Instead, make it a quick, short, simple video. Just play it for about 1.5, 2 minutes. Even 3 minutes is good, but try to keep it short, simple, and that'll be good. About the facility, about the product, all that. And if you having a complicated, or some people do not understand the kind of idea that you're pitching in, maybe consider having a explainer video where it'll look like a cartoon type of a video where it'll kind of explain what you're trying to do in the marketplace. So that would sort of support. Again, my intention here is to not burn more cash into making this video. Make it, you don't have to do that, right? So Just make a very good business presentation that's sufficient. And what are the company's values? In fact, usually people have it in the first, but I'm just trying to fit it here because now is the time where the investor is going through that mindset of, okay, all that is good. Okay, something I need to have some kind of connect with this company. I think I'm ready to invest. I think I'm ready to pitch in, right? So you talk about the company's core values, and I've given you some sample core values. For example, one is commitment. In this company, we build this company by culture because culture eats strategy for breakfast. All right, try to use all these amazing lines set by business experts, management experts, and say, one of our core values is going to be commitment. And as a team, we'd like to commit. We're going to, even if you fail, we will fail as a committed team, right? So commitment is even till the last very minute, just giving your best shot to be able to do the best for the customer, to be able to reach towards the goal. And I will have a never give up attitude. Then customer delight, we take customer feedback very seriously. Customer says a zero feedback or a beyond five, less than five, negative feedback, we will always take it more seriously. We, even when the customer problem is there, we'll not just solve the problem, we'll try to not just satisfy the customer, we'll try to go the extra mile and delight that customer. What are the customer delight parameters you have? How do you define customer happiness? How are you going to be measuring it? All that can be shared, but in a way, say customer delight is what our one of our primary goal is going to be. And we'll go extra mile to cover that up. And then integrity, the truthfulness, and working in harmony, dependability, working like one team, one family, all for one for all culture, all that could be part of it. And then API, in the sense, if it's a technological a business, customer will be looking at all the data, and who is reading my data, all of that. So in that case, because some customer would say you got to use Azure, some customer would say you got to be using you know AWS, right? So different servers you may use, and you'll have to maybe have that particular core value saying that data privacy. Always, we respect that, and we will ensure that is kind of encrypted, and data is not shared to the third party and all of that. So it's a very important thing, because sometimes if certain problem happens to the company, the investor also maybe sued, or maybe inviting unwanted trouble. So that's very, very essential. Offer analysis. So now the investor would be analyzing your offer, and is it really doable? That would be their mindset. And here's what you do: you try to give a good case study. Okay, player one, player two, success model one, success model two. What is this player one, player two? Somebody who's already there in the market, who are already doing what you're supposed to be doing, but not exactly the way you want to do, but they don't have your USP and all that stuff, but somehow they're there. And you're trying to give a analysis. Okay, this is their product, this is their customer base, and as per your research, and even online interview, what customers are talking about them, what customers liking about them, what customers don't like about them, all those review can be taken, and what are their offerings, and what are the gap in the market. Customers are just sticking on to them because there's no other option. Is that the fact? Or what are the gap with that particular company in the market? And if required, use a company name. If not, just mask it up, right? If the investor wants to know, can share. Then player number two: product, customers, offering, market gap. Sometimes you may not have more number of players. You'll be having like very few number of players who are already doing what you're supposed to be doing. In that case, you come up with success model. What is a success model is, you're trying to model. It's like, sometimes people make a movie remake, right? So this movie is a hit in another, whole different language, and people try to dub that in a total new language, and you're trying to fit that template into this particular culture. Similarly, you take up a very successful, effective business model, and you fit that into your business category. For example, somebody already has done a very good app in terms of money management, and you just want to take the relevant elements and look at the data, how what all initially fears were there, and how the app went viral, how customers are using it, all of that, and take that idea and say, what, we're just going to be fitting that into the time management. Okay, money management, we're going to be fitting into the time management, and this is totally new. Nobody is doing what we are already doing, and this is going to be the customer base. This one will bring the customers. Similarly, you take one e-commerce brand who has done it maybe in garment, and you try to model that and say, we are going to be doing that for maybe grocery, and we will scale this up. And this is the potential, and perishability, all that is there, but we will scale it up. So success model one, in a different market, you fit it. Similarly, if you've got success model two, you fit it. And It kind of gives a lot of confidence to the investor, believing that you've really done your work, and accept me, everything is in place. That feel would always, time and again, be there for the investor. Your next step would be offer and CTA. Okay, always end this with offer, right? CTA is call to action. Don't just say, if you like it, you get back to us. Try to pitch it on the spot. What is the equity share? What are the payout terms? Okay, for example, let's say your business valued at maybe 10 million, and then if the customer says, I'll give you 2 million for 20% share. What does it mean? It's basically 20%. Your company's valuation is done at 20 million. Maybe you're not even doing that kind of a turnover, but looking at the customer base, market potential, industry standards, homework, market readiness, what how fast are you, to launch your product, and do you have a MVP or a minimum viable product? All of that matters, and say, okay, fine, I think the valuation is here, and the LTV, lifetime value for customer, all of that. So when customer says, I'll give you 2 million for 20% share, it means your company is valued at 10 million, and that's 100% share, and they want to get a 20% equity for 2 million. It means 20% of your share is owned by them. Eventually the profits, all of that would also be going to them. That's what it means. So what are the and you may have a clear, if required, you can even have your sense of urgency. I'm going to be, I'm interested to sell total of 25-30% of the shares, and I want to have two partners. Most of the people, they may not prefer another investor. They'll say, I want to be the only investor as well. Or you can say, I want to have only one investor, and I can give only 20% or max 25%, and I want to finish that in the next 45 days, because my launch date is nearing, and this is what I want. So that's when the investor also feels, okay, fine, it's good. I don't want to lose an opportunity. And they will always feel, if somebody is so good like this, if they go and pitch it in front of another investor, they will take it off. So before somebody else is grabbing this, let me grab this. So that fee would be there to them. And what are the payout terms? And maybe if you are running this business in multiple countries, and would you get the currency in this current country or the other country's currency? How will you fit in? How are you going to be accounting? All that can be spoken about. And what's the process? How do you agree? What are the agreement terms? Where to sign? How does it go? What are the banking norms? Some people may prefer you to have this kind of a bank, that kind of a bank. All those norms can be spoken about. Payout duration, all that can be spoken about. And then why now and why yes, why you have to invest in this business right now, and why you got to invest in my particular app or business or model. Talk about the trend wave. How many people have caught that particular trend, and if you miss the trend, what will you lose? What is your expertise? I remember one company saying that, there are different people. They got, one guy has got 15 years of experience, somebody's got 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and they said in their website, together we got 150 years of experience, professional experience in solving this. So all the adding, all that matters. And by the way, when you're adding it, we should not just randomly add it, because suddenly some people leave you, and then the years of experience is going away, right? So add only your core team and say, this is our expertise, we got this, and this is the time, this is the choice, right? And then also do a little bit of a homework in terms of threats and how you're ready to combat that. What are the downsides? What are the challenges that may arise out of getting into this particular business? Market readiness and preparedness, and what are the customer says this, and how are you going to face all these challenges? Do you have an action plan? It gives a very good information, sense of confidence to the investor, saying that you know the ups and downs. It's not like you're masking and putting it as if this business is a sure shot business. Okay, so there are challenges, and how are you ready to act upon those challenges can be said. And then given your contact details, web call and mail and all of that, and then you close it. So I hope and believe this was a super insightful and powerful module for you. Use this template, create your pitch deck, and keep anytime you may be needing it. And I want you to grow, keep on growing, and achieve skyrocketing growth in your business. I will see you